So this is an amplifying that happy feeling that you may be generating from your day, or perhaps you need to have that for the day. You've got some things required of you, and to be in a bad mood is unacceptable. So I've come up with a few things that yoga and also some of the other healing arts that I'm familiar with can help with this, or can, like I said, enhance your day, enhance your morning. As far as props go, I'm going to say anything goes as far as a strap or a blanket and a block. I'm going to say definitely yes on the blanket for your knees if you have sensitive knees. And also because it's yin, there's lots of moments and opportunities where we'll be resting. And so we want to have a block or a pillow or some kind of prop to help out with the head and the neck. Although with it being a yin yoga and more emphasis on that, we are going to be doing some movement and some flow with the yin poses. So it won't be a rest and relax so much class like we're used to. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm happy to share this with you. I think that a lot of people gravitate towards yoga and a lot of the healing arts because their lives have been created in such a way that there's not as much happiness, there's not as much joy or peace. There's a little more anxiety than we're all, or on a personal level, if I might, on a personal level, say that this has been a lifesaver for me, not just for my body, the problems with my hands and feet that yoga has helped me with on a physical level, but also on a mental level, emotional level, and quite frankly, sitting with the emotions that come about. So a sense of what's considered mindfulness and mindful practice. So the first thing I want to share with you is a form of yoga called pranayama. I know that you have done some pranayama with me before. Whether you like it or not, it is an interesting aspect of the yoga branch, and it deals with breath and breath work. And the very easiest one is the alternate nostril breathing, or the nadi shodhana. Nadi being the energy points or the meridian that runs through in our body, up and down through the different chambers of our nose, and it passes through this area in such a way that we can relax the central nervous system and have a lot more access to present mindfulness. So the way that Nadi Shodhana is done is with one hand, the thumb is closing off one nostril, and then the ring finger and the pinky finger are closing off the alternate nostril. And usually it's the right hand, so the thumb closes off the right nostril, and then the pinky and the ring finger close off the left nostril. Now, not everybody can breathe through their nose, so here's the alternative, is to just slightly close your nostril and breathe in through both nostrils. So you're gonna like close off just the opening, but not pinch it off entirely. If you have one nostril that's more dominant than the other, that could indicate an imbalance in the body. Generally, it changes every 90 minutes. That's the cycling of our breath in the nostril area. So you can alternate without using your hand, and that's the other option, is to not use your hand, but to have the imagination or the intention that you're breathing in through one nostril and exhaling out the other nostril. Now, this is going to be an alternate nostril, so we're going to start with the thumb on the right nostril. Let all the air out of your body. Press on that nostril. Inhale through the left. Close the left. Switch nostrils and exhale out the right. So you're lifting the thumb, exhale. Stay there, inhale. Close off the nostril, exhale. Switching nostrils. So it's inhale, switch, exhale, inhale, switch, exhale, inhale, switch. So just remember that. Exhale, inhale, switch. And we're going to do this for the next minute.
Wherever you are, you want to finish by exhaling on the left nostril.
And that was a very, very, very short version of the Nadi Shodhana. So breathing naturally here. I'd say a minimum of 3 minutes going back and forth. If you were counting, traditionally it's 24 cycles. Now we were alternating. You can also do it so that it's all in the same cycle, one direction, exhale, inhale, and then switching that direction. So one nostril inhales, the other nostril exhales. And I tell you this so that if you find yourself in a situation where you want to do alternate nostril to boost your feelings of well-being or relax into a situation, that's a way of doing it. So the other, which is one of my favorite, is heart-brain coherence. And so the heartmath.org, the Heart Math Institute, has been studying this connection between the organ of the heart and the organ of the brain, and how it can affect us, and how we can use the heart-brain coherence to relax and promote well-being. It's a very, very simple exercise to do. You're going to place one hand or both hands on the heart, literally touching your body, tuning into the breath, relaxing all the shoulder area and the face and everywhere else that you can to concentrate here. Closing the eyes or resting your eyes in such a way, and bringing to mind a sense of self-love, or even a willingness to love the self. If it's a situation where you're really hard on yourself, this is a great time to intercept a lot of bad habits by placing your hand on your heart and being willing to have a sense of a new direction for yourself, or a willingness to love yourself deeper, a willingness to love others or a particular other deeper. But we're going to rest the hand here, conjuring a moment or a sensation. The feeling is most important, a feeling of well-being, perhaps taking into mind someone or something or scenario, situation that makes a good feeling within you. So closing the eyes, placing your hand on your heart, bringing this emotion closest to appreciation, love, and gratitude that you can, and breathe here. We're going to hold that emotion. And if I may bring your attention to the self-love that called you here to watch the video, to join us for a live class, to continue your yoga practice. This love for self. Traditionally, it's 10 breaths to yourself, and then the exercise is complete. So this can be done at a red light anytime you're driving or with someone else. Practice and share these with other people. Now, the next is taken from the traditional yoga of Kundalini, or Kundalini yoga. This is a very particular type of yoga, and it is a series of movements that incorporate deep breathing, also chanting and mantra, and also a lot of other disciplines, not just physically, but with the body. So we're going to bring the arms up, and you're going to do 2 thumbs up, right? So we're going to do 2 thumbs up. Your thumbs are up in the air, and they're like candle wicks or antennas. In this case, they're just our little antennas going up into the universe. So imagine now that heart energy jumping up and out through your body, through the arms and out your fingers, your thumb tips, The arms stay up right here, and we're going to do breath of fire. Breath of fire is in through the nose, out through the nose at a rapid pace. So I'm going to modify that so that you exhale and then allow the inhale to come in. So you're not forcing anything except the exhale by pushing the belly button and the abdominals back. It looks and sounds like this. Notice that I don't have to make the inhale happen. The inhale is going to go on its own, and that's what we want. So slow or fast, we're going to start slow for 10 seconds and build up from there. So begin when you are ready. And relax the hands down. We're going to do 3 rounds of 10 seconds. So this might be 10 actual breaths of fire, and I would get some tissues around. If your nose is running, it will get out a lot of stuff out of you. Lightheadedness can be expected, so if it happens for you, just rest and participate back when you're ready. Thumbs are going to come up. We go back into that thumbs up and begin when you're ready. And release the thumbs down. We'll take a little moment to rest. This next 10 seconds, I'm going to make it at a quicker pace so that you can get an idea of what a 10-second breath of fire. I like to start with just 10 or 15 seconds because it's can be a very, it has different effects for everyone. Generally, it brings on a lot of heat and can have adverse effects for those that aren't used to it. So in your first moments, 30 seconds max, work your way up. Generally, we would be doing this for 3 minutes. Yes, minutes total of breath of fire. So let's do a quick breath of fire, just the 10 seconds. Begin when you're ready. And release. Now, just in that little bit of time, you may be already feeling the underarms sweating, your palms sweating, other areas of the body creating some heat. So more about that a little bit later in class. We'll do some more breath of fire for a little longer. So going from there, I would like to take just a moment to fold forward. So if you would change the cross of your legs, and we're going to do the arms up and fold nice and long forward towards the mat. Have your block ready. Just releasing anything into the ground, grounding out. Counting to yourself the next 10 breaths. Exhaling all the breath out of the body. And slowly coming out. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, one arm down by your side, the other arm side bend, so lateral bend. Inhaling back center. Exhaling to the other side. So most of what we'll do today is an inhale incorporation of the breath in a meditative movement. So inhale, exhale as you side bend. I'm going to recommend through the nose and out through the nose. You can also go in through the nose, out the mouth. out the mouth. You can even do more of a lion's breath. So stick out your tongue. Do one more each side with lion's breath. And coming back from center and rest. So if you would please come over onto your hands and knees and rest in child's pose. We'll go into child's pose for the next 2 minutes, breathing. And if you have a blanket in front of you, doubling up the blanket as you place your hands there, we're going to get a nice elevation in the pits, armpits. And this is great for the shoulders opening as well. So breathing, grounding out any negative energy out through the forehead. Send all your cares into Mother Nature. Send them out to the divine nature, to our higher self, to the guide that lives within. You're not alone. None of us are alone here. Enjoy the next 3 breaths. We can exhale them like the lion's breath from before. Releasing. And on your inhale, come up from the child's pose and a nice dramatic lifting of the chest. And then bring those hands at prayer. And we'll do that again. So come back down into your child's pose. We're going to move the blanket out of the way because we're going to use the pose. Inhale, drawing like you're opening and blooming up. Exhale, place your hands on the mat and round your spine like a cat that's stretching. Inhale, your cow. Exhale, sit back on your heels. We come back to the child. And then inhale, bloom and blossom your heart up. Exhale, place your paws down. Cat stretches its back. Inhale, the cow stretches its chest forward, lifting up. Drop that sternum. Exhale, sit back on the heels. And that's the flow here. So inhale to rise. Exhale to the cat. Drop your sternum. Inhale, lift your gaze, cow. And exhale, sit all the way back. And let go into the child. And begin again when you're ready.
We're going to change it up a little bit.
So sitting back in your cat, continue inhale to rise.
Exhale to your cat. And instead of going into your cow, shift your hips forward and inhale into your seal posture, or a version of your cobra. So you may have to come down onto your elbows or simply sink your hips where you are available.
Exhale will send you back to your child's pose. Inhale, rise.
Exhale the cat.
Inhale, hips forward.
And exhale down to the child.
So you're going to want some long arms for this.
Inhale. Exhale, long arms forward, cat. Inhale, sink. Exhale, child.
Let's do this again. A couple more rounds. One more round wherever you are, and I'm going to add an up dog, and I'll show you what I mean. So once you go into what would be your seal or your
cobra, tuck your toes, lift your thighs off the mat, and then place your tops of your feet back down. Knees back down, sit back, pose of a child.
For those yogis that the seal was a welcoming pose, let's hang out here for 5 breaths. Circle your wrists. We're going to keep the momentum of breathing with movement.
So essentially, coming into a squat pose, tuck your toes, sit back onto your feet, elevate the knees, and just hang out for a moment here. So essentially, the body is energized, of course, with movement and breath. And with movement and breath, we're able to activate the organ systems, feel a sense of action, feel a sense of energy. And so the lymph is moving, the body feels good, the hormones are moving. It's generally going to lead to a feeling of well-being, feeling of action, feeling of I'm in control, or I'm releasing negative nervous energy. And so finding this movement with yoga. So we're going to come to standing, and we're going to do a few things that I find you could do in a hallway. If you have some time, you're at work and you can escape to the bathroom. Let's say that you need to have some private time to put yourself just in that mood or mode. This one is so easy, and it comes from a lot of the Qigong I've seen, and even maybe some Pilates. So your feet are hip distance apart. And I'm going to have you start with rocking your feet and coming up onto the ball of your feet and lifting your toes, because we're going to allow that to be our balance and the way that we're balancing. So just get your feet open, spread the toes, take off your socks if you've got socks on. That way you can really experience a great openness into the body. So once you have your feet getting warmed up, we're going to add the arms. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, coming up, coming down onto your heels, and we go into a squat. I need to move so I don't hit the thing. So let me say that again. So we're going to lift up, extend your arms up, reach up and elevate the heels. Come on the balls of the feet. Exhale, sit back, squat, lift the toes. So it's kind of like skiing, I would imagine, although I've not really done much skiing. I see some freedom that skiers would do in this way. So inhale, lift. Exhale, sink and lift. So we lift the heels, reach up. Sink the heels, lift the toes. Now you don't have to use the feet. You can simply plant
and lift. We can add more of the back bend. So if you're grounding your feet, inhale, exhale. Now it's important not to go so fast with the breath that you start to get this hyperventilating. So slow it down, fill with air. When you feel the urge to exhale, then move. When you feel the urge to inhale, then move. It's different. People start moving and then they start breathing faster and faster. Next thing you know, they're, and then it becomes a very high anxiety situation. So slow it down and truly synchronize with your breath. All right, so we're going to let that go one more time here. Oh, and then come back into grounded feet. And let's go into some inversions. Now, we could do straight leg inversions, and that's fine, but let's do a wide leg inversion instead. So coming onto your mat, widen out the feet. They want to be a lot wider than your hips. And then press into the blades of your feet. A little bit pigeon toe is what I like to say. A little pigeon toe so you can push into the legs. The legs are firm here. And we're just going to do a nice roll down, starting with the chin into the chest. And then it's the upper back. Then the middle back. We're so not in a hurry. Lower middle back. Lower back. And now I think the whole spine is fully forward. So hang out here into the forward fold before we come up and down and up and down. And enjoy the inversion. So breath with movement. Pranayama is great for bringing and boosting good emotions, breathing, and then inversions. So being upside down. So we're going to play with that in sequence as well. So soften and let's begin to rise up. Again, we're not in a hurry. There's the low back and then the middle low. I'm coming up through the low back. There's the middle back now. And as if I have a wall behind my back, I want to place the spine there. Chin is the last thing. And let's keep going. So now we'll flow down through the pearls of the vertebra all the way over. Now you're going to look up halfway. Exhale, fold, soften, and come back up. So that's the flow. And then I guess we'll add the arms too, because I like adding arms. And then exhale, chin, upper back, middle back, lower back. Once you make it to the floor, this can also be done on a chair. You put your hands on the floor, the chair, or your block. Inhale, halfway, look up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold back to the inversion. And as you come up, be sure your neck and head are really dangling there. Don't hold any tension in the neck. Too many muscles doing too many things in that area of the head. So we want to keep it relaxed. So one more time, down, down, down. Gravity takes everything. Hands reach the earth, the floor, the block. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, folding. And we're going to come up to standing, rounding to standing. So, not in a hurry. So, a little bit of Qigong. I call it the tap, slap, and shake. So anytime you can tap, slap, or shake your body, it's going to enhance the lymph flow, the energy flow, your hormones, and all the other electrolyte flows. So the first thing is to shake. And they call this shaking the tree. There's also one in Tai Chi called Shivering Horse that I've always enjoyed, which is more segmented, but this is generally it. It's bouncing at the knees. Some people like to bounce at the heels, so you can take your heels and use more of your calves instead of more the knees. Arms shaking, yes, and we're going to be here another minute. So go ahead and have some fun. Notice how a smile might just come to your corners of your mouth for no particular reason. And this is powerful. This silly movement of shaking up and down. So powerful for the body. Last 15 seconds. By the way, if you have a little trampoline at home, or if you've been thinking of getting one, I would agree that that would be a nice investment to shake the tree in a different way and allow that to let go. Feel what buzzes and sensations are coming back. So now we're going to go through the tap and slap portion, and we're going to start right at the forehead and tap along the forehead here. Tap down underneath the eyes, the eye socket, that bone that cradles the eye. We're going to do now the cheekbone, coming all the way down the center of the chin. You can do the upper lip and lower lip underneath the chin. Softly to that soft point above the collarbones, and now we make it into the collarbones at the shoulder point, so just along the collarbone area. Let's move into the heart. So knocking on the door of the heart. Breathe deeply. Yeah, feel like Tarzan a little bit. We're going to move down to just under the ribs. I like to suck the ribs in so I know where those organs are. And tapping on either side. And 5 seconds along each area that we're tapping is enough to make an imprint of new energy and vitalization in the body. Okay, so we're circling around in that belly area. Now make 2 okay signs with your hands. We're going to go and beat a little bit on our kidneys. So they're at about the midway point. So you can fit them that way. So this is our tap portion. Now we're going to tap and slap the hips. So nice and firm. You can make little fists. Waking up. Now here we go. We're going to tap on the outside of the legs, going all the way down the outer seam. Tap around your big toe and your toes, and we come up the inseam of the leg. Tap, tap, tap. Here we are at the groin, and we're going to go back around. Kidneys down to the hips. On the outside seam of the leg. Wrap the foot. Tap the inside inner thigh. 3rd time's a charm. Hello hips. Hello thighs. Hello knees. Shins wrap the feet. Coming on the inside. And we're going to hip pit for a moment or two. And I'd like to just do a little bit of extra moments on the hip pits and the armpits. These are amazing areas that have a lot of lymph flow. There's a lot of information coming from the legs and the arms to the body. So tapping at the hip pits, we're going to tap also the armpits and do our arms as well. So there's a video, one of the Qigong masters calls this the Prozac tap. So tapping, slapping, and even washing cold water on your pits or even on your face will trigger your parasympathetic nervous system. We're going to slap down the arm now on the outside of the arm. Flip the arm now, the inseam. Let's do that again. Flip the arm, doing the outside. And then the inside. Let's go to the other arm. We'll just cross. And then the inseam of that arm. One more time. Outer seam to the fingers. Flip the hand. Flip the arm, inner seam. Let's see, I didn't do this armpit, so let's do them each. Woohoo! Oh yeah. So a little invigorating. If that made you giggle or laugh, mission accomplished right there. So one part of the body that I want to tap and slap, we did not do, although you may think we did, it's the back of the legs. So we did the sides and we did the inseam, but now we're going to do the back of the thighs and hang out at the back of the knees for a little longer than normal. And we'll go all the way down the back of the calves to the heels. Let's do that again. So back of the legs, back of the knees, down the back of the calves one more time. All right, and we can come up the seam one more time. Okay, so that's shake, slap, tap, and just experiencing that rebound sensation is what we're going for. So I have one more in the realm of standing and flow and movement. So if you come into some nice wide open legs, and I'm going to call them warrior legs. So I've got my right leg back and my left leg forward. Left toes are pointing to the top of the mat. Right toes are pointing to the side, but again, that slight pigeon, because the legs are never just in one spot. They're constantly activated. The arches of the feet are activated. I like to always mention that so that you realize you're gripping the earth anytime that you're moving and standing. So arms out. This will be our inhale. We'll bring the arms up, inhale, exhale, sink into that knee nice and simple. We're not going for muscle toning, although that may happen. We really just want to flow with the body. Exhale to sink into your warrior two. Inhale, exhale, sink. Be mindful that you have enough space between your feet, that you'll be able to have a nice stacked knee. So the knee is stacked over the ankle when you lunge. Exhale. Let's do one more on this side and we'll simply switch our legs. So we're simply going to switch the feet. When you're ready, exhale the opposite side. Let's do 5. And again, we don't want to hyperventilate. We're not in a hurry. That's the whole opposite of what we're here doing. We're here spending time with the body, breathing, moving. One more. For good measure, exhale. Coming back to center. Let's switch the feet one more time. All right, so coming into that warrior, and we're going to rest the elbow on the knee. You can also be doing this in a chair, by the way. If you're sitting to the edge of your chair, you can bring your legs into the warrior formation while still sitting, but you do need to be at the edge of a chair, and a chair that has no arms, by the way. All right, let's go to the other side in a side angle. So one more time, switching the feet, bending your knee. Knee is stacked under the ankle. You can also have one hand on your thigh and hold yourself up propped that way, depending where your body will allow you to side angle. Releasing, come back to center, bringing both feet just slightly pigeon-toed, and we're going to do a stretching in opposite direction.
So the hands come out, inhale, center. Exhale, cross one arm in front. The other arm goes the other direction, like you're pushing the walls in the opposite directions as you exhale. Good, a little bit of a squat in the legs as well. And push to opposite sides. Last time. So let's come down to our mat now. I'm gonna check my time. I bet I know what time it is because I always check the time at the same time. Don't know what happened to my little watch. I'm looking for my watch, but that's okay. So coming on to your back, and we're gonna do the pose that's called Happy Baby. Although I'm convinced it's Happy Baby because if you were a real baby, you were getting your nappy change, and that can be a very happy time, mostly. For the yogis, after a while, you realize Happy Baby might not be so happy. So we're going to go into Happy Baby by gathering the knees in, reaching for the inside or the outside of your feet. Open the knees. They need to get nice and wide. And you want to imagine that not only a nappy change, but like if you were a jockey, right? If you were horseback riding, this would be full stirrups and then some. So the knees are melting on either side of your body here in a Happy Baby. Resting, lengthening out your spine. We want the sacrum, or at least the rim of the sacrum, down on the mat. So we don't want to have the booty up so much. Make any adjustments that you can. This can also be done against the wall, just squatting the legs, placing your feet on a wall. And we'll breathe, releasing out on the exhale, out the mouth. If you need to take a break, you'll just gently bring your heels together and take a moment. When you can come back into it, please do. Hang in there. And we're at about our halfway point. So for the last minute and a half, which is less than that now, I'd like to give you the happy challenge, which is to bring a smile to your face. Yep, teeth, dimples, squinting the eyes, smiling is big for no particular reason, but engaging the muscles of smiling right here, and hold while we complete this last minute of the Happy Baby with the happiest grin on your face right here, teeth and all. Keep smiling. Keep that grin. Bonus points for laughter. 30 seconds. Keep smiling. We're going to turn happy baby into wide lotus. Keep smiling. Last 15 seconds. And release your knees. Totally up to you if you would like to release your smile. Take the rebound of the smile. Notice any subtleties of improved sensation within, or just the silliness having broken any kind of funk you may find yourself in. We're going to go for a very simple crossing of the knees over knee, and we'll take both knees over to one side of your mat. I'm going to take my knees over to the left side with my right knee crossed over, but you could go either way, and even just simply stacking your knees instead of shoelacing the legs. And gently stirring your body to come back to center and reverse your twist. And gently bringing your body back through to center and into traditional shavasana, lying on your back, or have yourself at a legs up the chair or legs up the wall, or a nice variation.
And wiggling some movement throughout your body, gathering your knees as you roll to your side and come up into seated pose. And just for this last portion, we're going to do this breathing movement with the heart, with the hands at the heart center. And it's very simple. It's a combination of almost everything we've been doing. Heart-brain coherence. As you inhale, open the palms of your hands. Exhale, bringing the hands back. Inhale to open the palms of the hands. Draw the thumb and the index finger together in that mudra. Exhale, palms back, hands at center. One more time. Inhale, open up. And exhale, back, hands at that heart center. And I honor you for everything that it took to come here for this class, to watch and to participate. I honor you. Namaste. Everybody have a